Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Obi. I am a nurse and I am passionate about mental health and addiction recovery. Today, we are diving into something we all do not but really notice: ego defense mechanisms. According to Sigmund Freud, ego defense mechanisms are unconscious psychological strategies that protect individuals from anxiety and internal conflict. This mechanism distorts reality to reduce psychological distress and maintain self-image. These mechanisms are automatic processes that distort or denies reality to help individuals manage overwhelming emotions or cope with conflict or even maintain psychological well-being by creating a more manageable worldview. Psychologically, defense mechanisms are unconscious strategies that the mind uses to protect us from anxiety, stress, or even conflict. Some quick examples of these defense mechanisms could be denial to projection. If you have ever said, "I am fine," when you weren't, congratulations, you have used one. There are 10 most common defense mechanisms that we use. Number one, denial. Denial is refusing to accept reality. You don't want to accept it. You just want to deny it. Example of such of denial is a patient who is refusing a diagnosis. A doctor said to a patient, "Oh, you have asthma." The patient will say, "No, I don't have asthma. I'm only breathing hard." Or even, we use a prior example when you said yes, when literally you mean no. That is denial. Number two, we have repression. Repression is unconsciously blocking painful memories. An example is a trauma victim is unable to remember anything about the traumatic event. Number three, we have projection. Projection is blaming others for your own feelings. Example, Jane feels a strong attraction to her teacher, and then she tells her friend that her teacher is coming for her. She is literally projecting what she actually was the one doing. Number four, displacement is shifting anger to a safer target. Example, she is mad at her boss, but she goes home and yells at her spouse. Regression is the fifth one. Regression is returning to a childish behavior under stress. Example, a 3-year-old who is no longer bottle feeding is sick, and now he will not eat except he feeds from the bottle. Number six is sublimation. Sublimation is channeling impulses into healthy outlets. You can say, what are the healthy outlets? What are those impulses that you are actually channeling to healthy outlets? Example could be exercise. A child could be very impulsive and actually wants to exercise or going out to exercise, but at the same time, exercise is a healthy adventure. Or art. A child could be mad and becomes very impulsive to draw and he starts drawing. But that drawing is also learning skills, which is a healthy outlet. Number 7 is rationalization. Rationalization is justifying bad behavior with excuses. Example, a student who is failing a test and blaming it on an unfair professor. Or another example is someone coming to school late and blaming it on traffic. Number 8 is what? Reaction formation. What do we mean by reaction formation? Reaction formation is acting opposite to your feeling. Example, being overly kind to someone you dislike. You are kind to that person, but at the same time, you don't like that person. That is reaction formation. Number 9 is compensation. Compensation is making up for weaknesses in one area. Example, a person with poor social skills who excels academically is using their academic achievements in school to balance their poor social skills. The 10th and final one we'll be talking about today is suppression. Suppression is you are consciously pushing thoughts aside. Example, a nurse giving CPR to her favorite patient. She is so empathic about this patient, but at the same time, she's also feeling bad that this patient is going through this particular crisis. But because she is consciously putting those thoughts aside, she is doing the CPR really well without being overwhelmed. You may ask, are defense mechanisms good or bad? There are healthy versus unhealthy use of defense mechanism. I'll give you an example of healthy use of defense mechanism. It involves adaptive reality oriented response that are temporarily elevate distress to allow for productive problem solving. Example could be sublimation or intellectualization. Those are what? Healthy use of defense mechanism. One may ask, are defense mechanisms good or bad? We're going to check it in these ways. There are healthy use of defense mechanism and there are unhealthy use of defense mechanism. Healthy use of defense mechanism, an example is sublimation. Another example of healthy use of defense mechanism is what? Intellectualization. Unhealthy use of defense mechanisms are characterized by maladaptive, rigid, or excessive reliance on immature mechanisms like denial, projection. They are examples of unhealthy defense mechanism. Number 2, defense mechanism could be a short-term coping or a long-term harm. What do we mean by that? Example, denial. We already know that denial is refusing to accept reality. If we are to offer short-term coping mechanism, it could be a relief from a partial truth, such as a serious illness. She denies that she does not have the disease or she does not have the sickness, but she's a little bit relieved from that particular serious illness. Long-term harm of denial could be it prevents a person or a patient from seeking necessary treatment. It leads to what? Worsening health outcomes and partial disconnection from reality. There are tips that I'm going to give you today for self awareness and growth on defense mechanisms. One of such tips is journaling. When you journal your thoughts, it's going to help in the long run. Two is therapy. And three is what? Mindfulness. Defense mechanisms are part of being human. The key is noticing them and choosing healthy ways to cope. If you find this helpful, please subscribe to this channel, Nurse Obi, for more mental health insight. Like, comment, and share. Thank you so much, and God bless you.